the... I think I've seen them do that a few times, where they wrap around to the Radiant Ancients, and then they try and get the...
Well, S4. He's not getting all the CS he's probably looking for on that bottom lane, but he's keeping the creep wave back, which is nice. Faith having some troubles getting hit by the phone book of Jirax. No tail, able to get the ensnare off. Faith, real trouble in Fly. The man who had to get big for OG will spill the first blood just shy of the 2-minute mark.
It's nice mana if you don't want to get Arcane and Soul Ring. Arcane Soul Ring I think is overkill on mana. But it's a nice in-between, because they're worried about the early pressure, I think, massing up on the raindrops. It's actually pretty unusual for this type of game.
Ana, he's moved over. They can start attacking into KP if they got detection. Yes, they do. The sentry ward is down. Notel trying to keep Faith a little bit further out. Same with Jirax. Ana jumps forward, low on mana, but with the stomp is enough damage to kill off KP. Faith retreating back to his own T1 tower, but the Soul Assumption flies in. One more book slap is still not enough, but the attack from Ana will be there. He'll pick up a double kill on his rotation out from mid lane / jungle.
But you can build gloves into Armlet. I think Faye's Armlet is more likely to play for him.
Oh, Storm Spirit's going to get caught out inside the jungle.
Early on. 8 minutes in, they have the Observer Ward placed down already. They made a smoke rotation, I believe, with the...
They're going to invade heavily. Notel has leveled up Song of the Siren, and he just lets it go. TP's coming in. Enigma has Black Hole. He can set up for 3 of them right now. SK will be in the neighborhood. That's why S4's getting as much distance as he can to the right, and he holds them in with the Black Hole. The 4 of them all caught in with the Storm and the Spirit. Ana will come in, and it is an absolute disaster for Newbee. They're pushed out the top lane. They look tired, and then they look vortexed.
That's what you know you're going to get boned in about 5 seconds.
KP's in trouble. The Spirit's coming in for the Stomp. He'll try and hide inside the Sandstorm, but it's not possible. Bottom tier 1 tower. They bring in SCC. They have U9 there as well, and nothing's really going to stop this. While Song of the Siren is down,
debut from that, because all that stuff will be precast.
That's some heavy rotations top. Thanks to Dire Observer Ward that's down, they see a lot of this, and Kaka gets shredded apart. Oh, that line doesn't stand a chance, not with Familiars up in the air. Spirit on top of him. They chain the stuns onto U9, just forcing him back out of the lane. Create a little bit more space, and then the wraparound into mid as he's pushing towards the tower, but it's from behind. Ana with the haste rune trying to body block and slow up SC. You got another Stomp coming in. There's the damage, and actually keeps the lifesteal in position from the Song of the Siren of Notel. They're grouping up around him. Enigma's coming in. They'll slap down the splitter. U9 drag back into it. That TP taking a little bit too long. They do have the rock from Faith Fly. I think he knows he's dead, and Kaka will ensure it with the finger of death. Following Sun into Ana, and this is a time when Newbee can get absolutely nothing. Ana has his ultimate. He'll jump away to the safe side of the river. So a 1-for-1 trade-off for support for the SF.
It's kind of a game of chicken between the Warlock and the Enigma, unless you can get the Enigma.
At least if Jirax can get the Spirit down and then get the Stomp, Optimus may be counting their lucky stars. They'll get the 2-man stun. U9 able to just get himself a little bit further away. Another ET split and snaps the mid to the Black Hole. The perfect synergistic timing. Faith will go down as well. A double kill for S4. Ground. Familiars get picked up, but now you actually start wondering about Roshan. The ET Spirit's in there. Look for the stop timing. They jump in. SC, he got the Aegis Immortal. Ana wants out of this one. There's nothing really to gain for OG getting caught inside this fight. So they're going to bail out as quickly as they possibly can.
Team fights, and now they actually have to worry about controlling the Shadow Fiend. Even if he dies during the Enigma ulti, it's not going to be that
jump
big of a deal.
in. Here comes Ana. The Burrow Shrine tries to create space. No BKB up for SC. He used it to secure Roshan. The ET splitter also makes its crack as you fall and die. SC will come back to life again. A quick Song of the Siren. They group up around him. Just Ana Remnant and the Stomp and the kill. That was meant to be the fight where the Aegis gave you the advantage. Without the BKB, nothing could protect the SF for the jump in.
And Warlock died again in the fight. They have that mid Observer Ward, and they just saw that the SF was isolated.
It's the Observer Ward inside the jungle, sees Kaka farming, know exactly where he is. So Notel just holds him there. The Spirits are down, and Ana slices him too with lightning. They smoke just out of range of the Observer Ward. Now, there has to be some warning bells flagging up here from Newbee. The Radiant scan up, it actually pings correctly. So they understand that OG is moving in. A quick push in as he actually got forced up into the tower, triggered his own BKB. and now there's no BKB up for this fight. The Song of the Siren groups him in. They're hiding inside the tree lines. Familiars reveal. The stomps can be perfect, and there's your black hole, only catching one, but it's a big one. Again, they remove the Warlock from the fight. He just can't do anything right. The Life Stealer will get trapped up to U9, protecting himself, jumping inside the Infest, but SC, there is no protection. He's surrounded by a tree and a hard place, and maybe the hard place is bigger with the SK Epicenter. G-Rex wants a TP out, the Yule Scepter, he'll cancel it at the last moment as G-Rex stunned up, locked up, and brought down. Newbee, even without the rock, maybe it's the fight, but Anna, he's not done yet. He wants round 2, able to pull back in the Lion. Kaka will fall. KP and U9, now they have to team up, looking towards S4, munching him down. One more swing. Has he got the range? He does. It's an ultra kill for U9. KP still in the neighborhood. They know Anna is here to fight, but the blink, the burrow strike, Familiars are here. Fly has returned, and he's looking for more damage if they can do it. U9 has to rage and protect himself with the physical damage in the Soul Assumption. He's toggling his way through this fight. The Yule Scepter keeping Visage out. KP, is this a sacrifice? Is he doing it for the team? No, Kaka is here. Create more space, but they're not done yet. The BT's forward. No Tails on the front line. No Song of the Siren. No control, and the disengage is there. The fight, the Warlock must die. If he dies, the fight's going to be good for them. The Life Stealer might be in a little bit of trouble. Kaka's here to try and get rid of as many of these illusions as possible, and then Storm Spirit jumps in, goes to the silence, the Burrow Strike, creates enough space with the Finger of Death. Anna might be in trouble. A little bit more for U9, and he will fall. Big dominating spree ended by No Tail. They tried. Newbee tried the Song of the Siren just on the edge. KP fell asleep while he was burrowing out, but the Fog of War, it doesn't protect him now. The creep wave sees him, but KP and Ensnare, they're not going to commit too heavily. Song of the Siren is lost. Familiars, they keep the stuns. Now Anna, he goes in. KP gets a burrow strike, and Anna will fall. He went in deep. Support was at range from OG.
That fight, he still would have been able to cancel the black hole. So another kind of fishing sleep. Like, he was trying to see how many heroes he can get with the sleep, and he only got one, and only after he had already struck away.
Come on, he just left this part. He got into a quick sandstorm. Needs time. Yule Scepter will bite. He still has Burrow Strike available. SC also with the Requiem of Souls doing some work. KP, there's your Burrow Strike back up again. Watching the ET split. Not really hurting anyone. SC staying inside the pit. And has to jump back out. The rock will drop. No real kills from an S4. The shortest black hole in the history of Dota is gone. And they'll keep their attention now. Newbee towards Roshan with no Enigma, with no Visage up, and no Song of the Siren at the moment. Newbee should be able to claim this Aegis for the second time.
A very awkward call to go into the pit right there. I don't know who made that call, but it was like, yeah, they have to sleep up soon, but they don't actually want to
go inside the base, mainly because the creep wave won't come with them. Their heroes will survive, but the creep waves will not, which means backdoor regeneration becomes a real, like that Lion. He has a revert, he just needs a bit booster, and he's going to have a heart over on the Lion. KP trouble, there's your first stun. They have no life steals inside. He'll pop back out again, the Gem of True side. Lost Song of the Siren, U9, that rage won't last long enough. He's going to go to bed before he makes it home, sleeping in the streets, and OG, they're going to mug him. They just wrap around the wall on Rock though. It hits perfectly, the BKB wasn't up, and now the Burrow Strike out. Where's your timing? You buy back over on KP. He'll actually dodge the Soul Assumption. That Sandstorm trying to do work for the double sentries down from OG. They had the vision. The rock is gone. Song of the Siren is down as well.
They have Black Hole They have
the refresher this time.
Yeah, he actually popped it a little bit later. I don't know why he didn't use it immediately, but regardless.
Oh, they're coming up. There's Kaka, jumps in for the Hex, able to find that initial target, but Anna, S4, there's your two-man hole. Can he bring them all down? Lion's the first one to fall. U9, he survives, and now it's time to fight with the epicenter for KP. Legendary on top, it's a double kill for KP. They will fall and they'll claim it. Anna will die as well. Almost able to TP out, but into the 9 stop for the Bloodstorm. It's not enough to keep G-Rex alive, and Newbee, they will wipe OG from the face of the pit, and then take Roshan to boot.
Oh, God. I thought he got the S out with the hole, and then he didn't. And then they popped the Shrine, and then you could see no one dying.
Let's see that again.
Why not?
This isn't a thing. Like,
he can do what he wants.
Like, having Aghanim set is going to be better for him. Oh, the catch out, Kaka, trying to go deep to put down the Observe Ward, and he is organ up and will die. So even with the heart, he won't survive. KP, a quick sandstorm, he gets caught out by the Song of the Siren. This is big. Remember, KP expected his buyback in the fight before, but there was no damage. He blinks away. TP support coming towards Faith. SC will arrive in the back of the BTs. And OG have to consider if they still want this fight. No Song of the Siren, no way to disengage. Yes, he's got the cause. The rock will fall. The BKB will protect him. And the epicenter. KP's going to bring in the damage, but NC goes down. 99 seconds without him. The Aegis Immortal. It brings life back again to U9. Ready to fight another day, but can he? He's instead, he's controlled, and he's losing his friends. KP's gone, and now it's U9 on the world. He'll infest and take the column. He'll try and survive inside the big chaotic offering. It won't be enough. Pop back out, diffused up, controlled up, and brought down.
What, 5 armor when I was looking at him, a few from Tranks, and then +5 from the AC. So 13 armor with an aura, that's pretty low.
SC showing himself. There's still a lot of Newbee behind. There's your BKB into the black hole, holding SC down. The first rock is going to drop, but S4 wants to go for a secondary black hole. He's losing his life quickly, and he knew he had to let it rip, and they've got the kill. No SC for almost 2 minutes, but what damage can now be done? You're looking for it, the epicenter, KP, he's sung, and maybe with a burrow strike forward. They do have that infest life silly to work. Anna jumping back forward, looking for his target onto the Lion. So Kaka is down, and Song of the Siren will now be committed. They will hold him there. Faith wants to start his TP out. Malphus will stop that one. So it's KP and Faith, 2 different sides, 2 different battles, but the result is the same. It is death all round. Lifestealer will buy back. Lion's got his. That this is the best window of opportunity OG have had in a while to go high ground.
Huge play by S4. The Shadow Fiend's the only one that can do range damage during Black Hole. So he's not going to die during BKB Black Hole if he holds SF, and he just holds him twice. And there's nothing that they can do about it unless you get Refresher on Warlock. That's the only way to stop it, surprisingly.
Oh, U9 trying to solo hold this bottom, but you can see the 3-pronged attack coming in. S4 and Jirax are working the bottom lane. The Lotus Orb will protect him, and he knows it. So U9 has to be cautious, but middle lane's being beaten down. Faith will come out as well. The Lion is back alive again. Looks like Anna is going to retreat out. There's a big wave pushing in through top, and in fact, you seeing the TP top lane as well. Someone has to go up here to defend it. Without the SF, they don't have the clearance. KP's coming back alive again, so there's the Nagasar and Illusion's doing the push. U9, Orchid on him, they're going to be careful. They can't lose U9 here. KP with the Burrow Strike, trying to create space. U9 able to back out. S4, he's let the BKB run. He's got 7 seconds, so that Black Hole is back off cooldown. They cannot keep this engagement going, or can they? They baited out longer. Kaka on the run. Heart won't protect you now. The buyback is out. Lion's back right. Your Black Hole! It catches 2 on the back line. Kaka can't stop it. They're going to lose everything here, Newbee. And maybe even the game with no life steal for 2 minutes. They do. They call it. 57 minutes, and OG will take game 1 of this winners bracket semi-final best of 3.
I really like that game. There were 2